Good day, guys. So today I'll be talking about electronics component availability and cost. Yeah. So when designing your circuit or before designing your electronics board, it's always good to make sure to know the components you're using. Most times, engineers we tend to we are so excited in designing schematic, designing PCB layout, and after we have generated our design files and we send to the manufacturer, we discover that the component is not available. So what are the things you need to consider? You need to consider either it's available in the local or global market. Number one, you need to consider the component lead time. You get number two. Sometimes you might want to design or might want to manufacture in a large scale, and it's not currently available based on that amount. So you need to consider the component lead time. Then you also need to consider the end of life of that particular component. So you need to put all this into consideration so that you have proper insight and understanding on what to do. Then the next one is actually component cost. I always tell people that you don't just, oh, because you saw a component that you can use, you don't just move into it and, oh, I'm using this component. For example, a resistor. I'll just give this little example. Have done a design before, let's say a normal IoT board design, that the resistor that I selected either on Mauser or on Digital Electronics actually about 50 cents. Yes. But there are alternatives there that can be 10 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents. It's always good to use cheaper components in an application you know that it will work very fine in. But I always tell people this: don't trade cost with performance. Don't ever trade cost with performance. Don't say, oh, because this component is cheap, therefore you use it there. There are some precision circuits. For example, let's say a capacitor, and most times the data sheet or the manufacturer might tell you you should use a capacitor that has low ESR for the power section of your board. Don't always say, oh, because the one that have high ESR is cheaper, therefore use it. Your board will not be reliable after being deployed to the market. So what am I saying? Always consider component availability and cost when designing your electronics products. Thank you guys. See you guys next time. Like, subscribe, and also share.